Attention, passionate Dallas Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East, and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Dallas Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the Cowboys lately, you know that the offseason has been nothing short of a whirlwind. It has been a flurry of activity, a strategic chess match that could very well define the team's future not just for 2024, but for years to come. And the recent developments, especially with the coaching staff and front office, signal a new chapter, one that's full of potential, but also fraught with uncertainties. The Cowboys, as we all know, are proud of their rich history, one filled with legendary players, iconic moments, and a culture of resilience. But in recent years, they've faced some tough hurdles, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. It's no secret that Dallas's defense has often been the team's Achilles heel, especially when it comes to generating pressure off the edge and solidifying the secondary. So, this offseason, it's no surprise that the focus has been laser-sharp on fixing these issues, bringing in reinforcements at all three levels: defensive line, linebacker, and cornerback through free agency and the NFL draft. But let us take a closer look at what's really happening behind the scenes, starting with the coaching changes and the strategic shifts that are shaping the team's identity. Recently, the Cowboys introduced Brian Schottenheimer as their new head coach, and this move has sent ripples through the NFL landscape. Schottenheimer, known for his offensive wizardry, is stepping into a role that demands a delicate balance, improving an offense that has shown flashes of brilliance, but also moments of inconsistency, while simultaneously overseeing a defense that's seeking a major overhaul. His arrival has been met with cautious optimism from fans, especially given his track record of developing quarterbacks and orchestrating explosive offenses. But what's equally important is how he's going to work with the existing roster, especially on the defensive side, which has been the team's glaring weakness. Alongside Schottenheimer's arrival, the owner and general manager, Jerry Jones, has emphasized a renewed commitment to building a championship-caliber defense. Jones, ever the shrewd businessman and team builder, knows that for the Cowboys to contend at the highest level, they need to fix their defensive issues fast. That means investing not just in free agents, but also in developing young talent through the draft. The Cowboys have been aggressive in acquiring players who can plug the gaps, adding depth along the defensive line, bolstering the linebacker core, and revamping the secondary. But as always, execution remains the key. Let us get into the specifics of what this defensive overhaul looks like. Starting with the defensive line, the Cowboys have yet to find an elite edge rusher to complement Micah Parsons. Parsons, of course, has been a revelation, an absolute game-changer, capable of wrecking offenses on his own. But the team's quest for that second dominant pass rusher continues. The draft and free agency have brought in some promising pieces, but no one yet has emerged as a consistent threat opposite Parsons. This is a significant area of concern because, in today's NFL, having multiple pass rushers who can get to the quarterback is essential for sustained success. The Cowboys are clearly aware of that, and the pressure is on the coaching staff to develop or acquire that player. Moving to inside linebacker, the situation is complicated. DeMarvion Overshown, who many saw as a promising young talent, has been sidelined for most of the season due to injury. His absence has left a void at the second level, exposing vulnerabilities in run defense and coverage. The team has brought in veterans like Kenneth Murray and Jack Sanborn on short-term deals, but neither is seen as a long-term solution. The question now is whether the Cowboys will invest heavily in a linebacker, either through the draft or free agency in the upcoming months. The future of this position remains uncertain, and fans are eager to see if the team can find a reliable, versatile linebacker who can anchor this defense for years to come. Now, perhaps the most intriguing and contentious area of the defense, the cornerbacks. This is where the most questions currently exist. The secondary has been a roller coaster for Dallas, especially with Trevon Diggs, who has been both a shutdown corner and a player riddled with injury issues. If Diggs stays healthy, he has a cornerstone, no doubt about it. But his ongoing ACL tear and injury history cast a long shadow over his availability. According to reports, Diggs is aiming to be ready for Week 1, but the reality is that recovering from such a serious injury takes time, and there's no guarantee he'll be the same player when he returns. On top of that, the team traded for Kyer Elam this spring, hoping he can step into a starting role at outside corner. But Elam's role isn't set in stone. The Cowboys are still evaluating whether he can be a full-time starter or if he will provide depth and rotational play. Meanwhile, the secondary's top prospect Trevon Diggs may not even be with Dallas beyond this season. According to some NFL insiders and analysts, including Saad Yousuf from The Athletic, this could very well be Diggs' last year with the Cowboys. His contract, signed in 2023, is quite hefty, $97 million over 5 years, and with injuries piling up, especially the ACL tier, the team may decide to part ways to free up cap space. Yousuf's analysis suggests that if Diggs doesn't bounce back to Pro Bowl form in 2025, the Cowboys might be eager to cut ties, especially given the dead cap hit of around $6 million for 2026. That's a relatively low figure considering the savings, more than $12 million, that releasing him would bring. The team could also designate him as a post-June 1 cut, spreading the dead cap hit over 2026 and 2027, making it an even more attractive option financially. It's a tough pill to swallow for fans who have watched Diggs develop into one of the league's premier corners when healthy. He's a game changer. But injuries and inconsistent performances have raised serious questions about his long-term future with Dallas. This leads to the broader discussion about the secondary's future. Bland, the nickel corner, is entering the final year of his rookie deal and is expected to command a significant extension. The Cowboys face a tough balancing act developing young talent, managing salary cap constraints, and maintaining a competitive roster. The secondary's future hinges on a few key decisions. Will Dallas prioritize re-signing Bland? Will they look to draft a corner early in the upcoming draft? Or will they explore other veteran options? These are questions that will resonate throughout the offseason. Looking beyond just the roster moves, the Cowboys' overall strategy this year seems to be a blend of rebuilding and retooling, with a focus on maximizing their window of contention. The NFC East, as always, remains fiercely competitive. The Eagles are still stacked, and the Giants, with their recent improvements, shouldn't be underestimated. Washington, under new management, is also looking to make strides. So for Dallas, every game becomes even more critical. They need to harness all their talent and coaching ingenuity to carve out a path toward another Super Bowl appearance. And speaking of the season ahead, the expectations are sky high but tempered with a dose of realism. The Cowboys finished last season with a solid record, though ultimately falling short in the playoffs. Many fans believe this year could be the year they finally break through that glass ceiling, especially if their key players stay healthy and the young talent continues to develop. Micah Parsons, of course, remains the centerpiece of this defense. His ability to rush the passer, set the edge, and even drop into coverage makes him one of the most versatile defenders in the league. If he can elevate his game even further, the Cowboys' defense might finally be the top-tier unit fans have been waiting for. The offense, meanwhile, remains a potent force led by quarterback Dak Prescott. Prescott's leadership, combined with a strong offensive line and talented skill players like C.D. Lamb and Tony Pollard, gives Dallas a balanced attack that can keep defenses honest. The offensive line has seen some adjustments as well, with new additions aiming to provide better protection and run blocking, which is crucial for sustaining drives and controlling the clock. The key for the Cowboys will be consistency, avoiding costly turnovers and maintaining offensive rhythm. But let us not forget, in the NFL, the landscape shifts quickly. Injuries, unexpected breakthroughs, or a sudden coaching revelation can turn the tide in an instant. That's why the offseason is so intriguing. Every move, every signing, every draft pick could be the piece that pushes Dallas over the top. The team is definitely in a critical phase, with enough talent to contend, but also enough question marks to keep fans on edge. Now, bringing it all together, the future of the Dallas Cowboys looks promising, but it is also filled with strategic decisions that could define their trajectory for the next few seasons. The potential departure of Trevon Diggs, the quest for a reliable edge rusher, the development of young linebackers, and the ongoing evaluation of secondary talent are all pieces of this complex puzzle. The coaching staff, led by Schottenheimer, will have their hands full in molding this roster into a championship-caliber unit. Fans are eagerly awaiting the next chapter. Will this be the year they finally break the curse? Or will the hurdles prove too high? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The Dallas Cowboys are poised to make a serious run, and the NFL world is watching closely. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all these developments? Do you believe the team has what it takes to finally bring home another Super Bowl? Are you worried about the secondary, especially the future of Trevon Diggs? Or are you optimistic about the young talent and coaching changes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates. So stay tuned for all the latest Dallas Cowboys news, analysis, and insights. Thanks for being here, and as always, let us keep supporting our team because together we are part of something special. Go Cowboys!